My name is Cassie and I'm the founder of Fatco, where we use these guys to make this stuff. Let me explain. At Fatco, we specialize in making natural and organic skin and body care products, many of which contain tallow. It's nutrient dense and healing. It's extremely high in vitamins A, D, K, and E, all super important for skin health. It's natural, it's healthy, and it's sustainable.
The fact that people are saying, oh yeah, when you're finals MVP, you are now the best player on the planet, to me, that makes no sense whatsoever. I don't care if it's a week, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Who do we appreciate? LeBron James. That's who y'all gotta start appreciating. And you gotta stop disrespecting this man. Appreciate LeBron. He just passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for most All-Star game nods. And y'all want to tell me he not the GOAT. Y'all want to look me in my face and tell me he ain't the GOAT when he's breaking everyone's records and your favorites' records too, might I add. Michael could never. He's too busy quitting because the basketball got too hard. All I know is my guy Braun never lost at the casino. Do with that information as you will. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what it do, baby, as the kids say in the streets. It is your boy Pride. Back at it again, episode 140 of the Prideful Takes podcast. The conference championships in the NFL are kicking off tomorrow. 4 teams are left. It's a bitter feeling. I'm an NFC boy this year because, fuck Baltimore. Fuck Kansas City even more, honestly, because, I will scream that to my dying days. I don't care. Be mad. But I will get into that, obviously breaking down the games, giving my predictions, all that good stuff. But, of course, we got to talk a little bit of NBA. So they announced the All-Star starters, which is funny to me. A lot of people were upset. A lot of people don't comprehend why certain names are on there. We're going to start with the Western Conference. Obviously, my go and yours, argue with your mama, LeBron Ramon James, like I said, 20th All-Star game. Past Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. What a guy. He got the starting nod along with Nikola Jokic, Kevin Durant, which he's been ranting a lot about him thinking he's a GOAT. We got to drug test that guy. Luka Doncic, hand down, man down. Jaylen Brown dropped the shit out of him. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, which that one shocked me. And the reason why it shocked me is because, and there's another name, but when we get to the East, I'll kind of, explain my piece for that. But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has really been hooping for the last couple years, and no one's really paid attention. Now, the assumption that I'm going to go under is that this year, the Thunder have been a very, very good team. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that they're a championship caliber team, but they are a very legitimate team this year. Excuse me. So right now, they are, I believe, in terms of record-wise, they're tied with the Timberwolves, but I believe they hold the tiebreaker. So they're the number 1 seed. At worst, they're the 2. At worst. I'm about to pull it up right now just to be on the safe side. All right. So I'm looking at it right now. They're the number 1 seed because they have the tiebreaker over the Timberwolves. So I think that's probably why they finally gave him some love because, like I said, for the past couple of years, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been balling. He's been that dude and then some and more. Argue with your mama if you disagree. So I am a little shocked that they actually kind of gave him some love. I know a lot of people. I was on Twitter earlier, and in terms of the West, the biggest name was Kawhi Leonard. But for me, and maybe I'm crazy. I don't think Kawhi Leonard not being a starter is a snub. I just think right now you can make the argument that he could start. You can make the argument that he shouldn't. Right now, how we're looking at the West, especially with the starting lineup, man, it's pretty stacked. So someone's gonna have to unfortunately bow out. Now, if you want to listen, the only name you're not allowed to touch is LeBron. I don't care what anyone says. You're not allowed to touch LeBron's name here. So, if you are somebody who thinks LeBron needs to be booted off, and I mean with all due respect, because your opinion of having LeBron James removed is
Try it.
I'm gonna say it again. Your opinion is
Try it.
and if you're mad, argue with your mama, not with me. But if you want to place Kawhi Leonard, if you want to swap out Kawhi Leonard, I lied. Him and Jokic. Those are the two names I don't care. They got to stay. Now, if you want to swap them out for Kevin Durant, I guess. Luka Doncic, I guess. I lied. 3 names. Shea, Gilgeous-Alexander deserves it too. So for me, it's not really an issue. The East, though, this is the funny part. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Joel Embiid, Jason Tatum, Damian Lillard, and Tyrese Halliburton. This is the one that kind of blew my mind because I genuinely did not think at all that Damian Lillard deserved to be a starter. With all due respect, this is not saying he's a bum for anyone tries to kill me. But obviously the biggest name right now is Jalen Brunson. He's kind of the biggest name right now in terms of who should have been starter over Damian Lillard. It's a shame because this is the first time Damian Lillard has been a starter. He had to leave the Western Conference because guard-wise, the West is pretty stacked. But I will say I don't think if you say that Jalen Brunson should be starting over Damian Lillard, I mean you're not wild for thinking that at all. I mean I think we also need to understand what the All-Star game is now. I think there's a misconception on what the All-Star game is and what it should be, right? Because while some people are treating it is who is the better player, what it really is who's having the better season. That's really in terms of figuring out who should start or not. That's really what it is. And I know a lot of people don't comprehend that and they don't get it. So I'm going to try to break it down the easiest way I possibly can using Damian Lillard and Jalen Brunson. Damian Lillard is by far the better player. And I don't think that's a debate. He's a better ball handler. He's a better scorer. He's a better point guard in terms of orchestrating the offense. Defensively, I think they're about the same. No, I'll be nice. I'll give the edge to Jalen Brunson because Jalen Brunson actually throws himself out there. He for sure throws himself out there. But I think we can all agree that the better player is Damian Lillard. However, if we're looking at it this year, Jalen Brunson is having the better year, and it's not even close. When I tell you it's not even close, it is not close. I'm looking at a guy in Jalen Brunson who's averaging the efficiency, especially from 3, is through the roof. He's averaging more points. He's averaging more. I mean, he's having the better year all around, period, no debate. And look, I like Damian Lillard. I'm a Damian Lillard boy. You feel me? I rock with Dame. That's my dude. And don't get it twisted. A part of me is glad that he got the starter nod. But it hurts though. It hurts knowing it came like this because the one time he legitimately deserved, the one time he got it, in terms of being a starter, is actually the one time he actually really didn't have any argument, any leg to stand on. And I feel bad, but that's just kind of what it is. Tyrese Halliburton. Remember what I said about Shea Gilgeous-Alexander? Yeah, answer that for Tyrese Halliburton. He's by far, in my opinion, he's kind of like the Shea Gilgeous-Alexander of the Eastern Conference, a guy who's constantly slept on. People don't really pay mind to him, small market and, all that stuff. Another name people threw out there that was a snub is Donovan Mitchell, which I think you can make the argument. I just feel bad because like I said, the one time my boy, my guy, my hero, Damian Lillard, the one time he makes it, when he does deserve it. It's a shame. Really, really is. Before we move on, let me do a quick recap of the rankings 1 through 10. So in the Eastern Conference, obviously, Boston Celtics better than anybody. Argue with your mama. Boston Celtics at 1, Milwaukee Bucks at 2, 76ers at 3, 4 Cleveland Cavaliers, 5 New York Knicks, 6 Indiana Pacers, 7 Miami Heat, 8 Orlando Magic, 9 Chicago Bulls, and 10 Atlanta Hawks, poverty franchise. And then in the Western Conference, Oklahoma City Thunder's number 1, Minnesota's 2, LA Clippers 3, not Lakers, Clippers 3, Denver Nuggets 4, Sacramento Kings 5, Phoenix Suns 6, Pelicans 7, Mavericks 8, the Lakers 9, finally climbing back up to 500, and the Utah Jazz are 10th. It's crazy. It's crazy. Utah's taken, and they're still somehow in the play. That's wild to me. That is wild. Bittersweet moment. You know, we got the conference championship there tomorrow. The NFC and the AFC championship games. And down to 4. Down to 4 teams. This is kind of like, obviously, it's like the pinnacle. It's the crescendo of the NFL season, but it sucks because then it's this, then obviously the Pro Bowl, and then the Super Bowl, and then we're gone. I already said this. Fuck the AFC, Chiefs and Ravens. I hate them both with passion. This I will say this. I think this is the year that I think it's the NFC's. The championship is going to go to the NFC team, regardless of who comes out of it. We'll get into that one later. But I'm going to go with the Ravens, begrudgingly so. I think this is more of a hope. But I don't know. It seems like Lamar Jackson is finally understanding the concept of, throwing the ball. He's understanding that concept. And although he's kind of fighting his inner demons because he just wants to take off, he is kind of, feeling more comfortable. Odell is starting to get a little better. Obviously, they got Mark Andrews coming back. So that's going to be, obviously, his number 1 target on checkdown. So with all that said, I think Kansas City kind of runs out of some steam, and I think the Ravens get it. But anyways, fuck the AFC, fuck them. NFC, this is the game I really give a fuck about. I swear, and this is honestly the game I legitimately think about, 100%. Lions, Niners. Now I will say this. Logically speaking, you should go the 49ers. Logically speaking, you should go the 49ers. For sure. I think everyone and their mother would say that. But there's just something about Detroit right now, man. I don't know what it is. But there's something about these guys that make me genuinely believe in them. I don't know why. I don't know what drug I'm on. I have to get drug tested to figure that out because I got to be delusional or something. Nah, nope, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not going with my heart. I'm going with my mind. I'm going to pick the 49ers. Debo is coming back, so that's great news for them. Obviously, you still got Christian McCaffrey still doing his thing. Frankie says, bro, I'm all in on Detroit winning this game. Look, I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to stay with the Niners. Begrudgingly so. Begrudgingly. When I say begrudgingly, I mean it too. Because I'm telling you, there's only like 2 teams that could be down double digits, and I still got faith in them winning. One of them was the Houston Texans, because they just, they just got that energy, and the Detroit Lions. Those are the only 2 teams that I could tune in middle of the third quarter. They're down by 20, and I will go, they could do it. That's really like, honestly, Rick said I'm assuming he's referring to Debo, is coming back for how many sets before he gets hurt again? Well, so here's what I would do if I was San Francisco. It's a risk. It kind of is, but you got plenty of other weapons. Plus, Brock pretty scared to throw the ball anything past 3 yards, so it really doesn't matter. I wouldn't even play Debo. I wouldn't. I would, or if you want to play him, do it, put him on a very restricted snap count. So that way he kind of has a little bit to rest for tomorrow. Then you obviously you got to give Debo some time to actually heal up and not just inject himself. Because I think the problem that Debo is having is that he's injecting himself and then he's just making a tweaked ankle turn into a high ankle sprain. And then he injects and then turns a high ankle sprain into torn ligaments. And then he's juicing up. And then to compensate on that right ankle that's bothering him, now his left knee is starting to get a little tweaky. And now he's starting to feel a click. And then he injects that. And it's like a lot of players do that. But that's kind of why you see some players constantly get hurt. Like the same guy is going down again and again and again and again and again. Sometimes they're just not letting their body recuperate, heal, and up. They're just not for some unknown reason, Well, I'm not gonna say no unknown reason. I get it, especially for San Francisco. Past couple years, you guys have thought we should be in the Super Bowl, haven't made it, and now they feel like, hey, this is yet another opportunity for us to make it. And again, I'm not gonna sit here and try to poo-poo on the magnitude of the game because I get it. But the reality of the situation, if you're San Francisco, you need to be careful. You need to be careful because especially this year, injury-wise, it's a problem with him. And granted, he's been like that. You can make an argument basically most of his career. He's probably only had maybe 1, maybe 2 years where in terms of injury-wise, it really wasn't that big a deal. And it's kind of, it's a dangerous game that, you got to play when your guy is hurt. I'm pulling up Debo's stats right now just to see the amount of games that he's played, just throughout. And yeah, he's been actually relatively, last year he was out for a good stretch, but the vibe that I'm starting to get with Debo is just he's getting hurt at critical times. I think that's honestly, for me anyway, I'm not going to say anything else for other people because some people just don't like Debo, so they pretend that he's hurt literally every other weekend. But for me, it's I think he gets hurt at those critical times where they're like, all right, bro, we're coming to you. I know. Does that plant, then he goes down. And it's in the fourth quarter, it's that 3rd and 2 that they needed to convert that he goes down at. Or he's going down in a playoff game. So it's unfortunate, but I'm still going Niners. I don't know why. I feel so compelled to honestly go Lions. But I'm not going to. I'm using my brain, not my heart. I know it was a quick episode. Unc had to go handle some business. I have to go check up on him, make sure Unc is A-okay. He already let me know that he wasn't going to be here. So, but for everyone else that was watching, that tuned in, appreciate you guys. Follow us on Facebook and YouTube at Prideful Takes. Follow your boy on X at Prideful Takes, and you'll follow your boy on TikTok PR_Pride22 for all the other takes that I have that don't get included in the show. It's been real. It's been your boy Pride. I'll be back next week to talk more shit about your favorite team. Until then, y'all know what to do. Be safe. The fact that people are saying, oh yeah, when you're finals MVP, you are now the best player on the planet, to me, that makes no sense whatsoever. I don't care if it's a week, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Who do we appreciate? LeBron James. That's who y'all gotta start appreciating. And you gotta stop disrespecting this man.